1 into the Comsol Volkswagen Challenge. Another big field of cars also coming down here to do battle at the East London Grand Prix circuit. And we're looking forward to seeing all these cars in full flight. As the final preparations get done to the cars, it's a little bit of a checkup, make sure that everything is working well, check the fuel, check the tires, and we caught up with Derek Smallberger in one of the cars that needed a little bit of extra checking and an extra bit of wing.
That thing is it's a wing. It's like an airplane wing, and it actually lifts. So that's why we've got the small wing at the back. It actually keeps the air over takes the air over the car. Otherwise, the thing lifts like a airplane.
Otherwise, you'll be visiting East London town.
No, we've checked it the other guys. We spun twice in Potters. It's not fun and games to spin in Potters, so we had to put that little wing on there.
In the overall championship, Class B and Class A are fighting for honours, and Darren Nathan looking to close in on James Hurley.
James has had a very good year so far. He's also cleaned up and made everybody look silly. So it's a big catch, but there's only 12 points in it, so we're still gonna try hard till the end of the year.
Pretty competitive still in Class B though.
Yeah, Class B hasn't got any easier. A lot more competition. So to try and catch him is not impossible, but it's a tough one.
James, from your side of things, the FSI class has just taken off in leaps and bounds and become extremely competitive as well.
No, definitely. We've got Rory now right up there. He's giving me every race now. I see he's fastest in all the practices so far. But luckily he's got Ryan to worry about.
Just a reminder of the action that took place at Kyalami at the previous round, as Valdi Mikey's got it all out of shape coming out of Nashua and put it into the wall. We managed to catch up with Valdi to find out if it's got any ghosts or gremlins still in the car or in his mind.
It was a big one. I still have to get it out of my mind. So this weekend is trying to get past all the ghosts and the stuff. But you know, I've crashed before, I had big crashes, and I came back. So I'm going to be back. So that's what it is.
You are back, and I think you're going to be on the front row. There's no doubt.
Oh, the guys are fast. I mean, Rory's, Etienne, the guys, Ian, everybody is flying. So down here, slipstream, those things that you need two of, that's what you need for potters and rifle. And yeah, hope to get my mind in it.
Final preparations for the qualifying, and as we've seen all race long and all race day long, Dave, it's very important to use the slipstream of the other cars that you've got in your category.
Particularly in East London, so they'll all be looking for the toe. Qualifying, all important, don't forget, it's a bit of a run down to the first turn, but you need to get a great start at this circuit. You want to be on the front row, and that's what they're all trying to do right now in the three classes we've got going today.
Fighting for honours is James Hurley, Rory Atkinson, that's at the front end, but you can see a great run there from Ian Prinsloo too. He's going to be just off the front end of Class A. Class B honours looks like it's still going to be between Lyle Ramsey and Darren Nathan. They are extremely close, but Ryan Tholey has also jumped up into the mix. And in the Class C's, it's Zander Roos, Elke van Vletter and Jake Jacobs.
Qualifying over with, it's time to go racing. In the Comsol VW Challenge at the East London Grand Prix circuit, they're all looking forward to it, and we're looking forward to it as well.
Remember that there are split starts for these cars. Class A will go first, then a small gap to Class B's, and eventually Class C's get underway. Here we go. This is what it's all about on the Comsol Volkswagen Challenge. 5-second board goes up. Wait for the clutches to drop, and here we go.
Into gear, Rory Atkinson, fast all weekend, out-qualified though by James Hurley on the starter pack company car, and look at that, it's stock cars down to the first turn.
And Atkinson getting dropped by everybody. He was in the wrong gear on the start there and has fallen right to the back of the pack of 8 cars. No worries whatsoever for Hurley, and a nice start off the line for Lyle Ramsey as the rest of Class B head down to Potters.
And Ryan Tholey couldn't get any closer than that, and we've got a spinner straight away, Greg.
Gavin Ross in the Norbrake car got it out of shape completely. Here we go on board with the bat lady Elke van Vletter as she goes side by side with Zander Roos. Zander Roos looks like he might not be able to take on the bat lady towards Potters. Voters on a tail. There comes Henry van Vletter, the Batman, and just behind you can see the field of Class C's really starting to eat things up here. And we're only into lap 1, remember, of this Volkswagen Challenge.
This is going to be one hang of a dice. So Class B and Class C looks like it's going to be the closest. The fastest cars out front, the Class A cars. By the way, just checking technical spec on these cars we're looking at right now, they're actually slightly slightly faster than the Polo Cups running at the National Series.
It's great to see them getting into those kind of lap times, but there are slight modifications on these cars which the National Polos don't have, as we see onboard footage heading up towards the top of the hill and Beacon Corner from Voldy Monkeys' aspect. He gets onto the brakes and tries to close down on Prinsloo. I mentioned both the Prinsloos in the qualifying. What a great start from Etienne and Ian. They are getting away from Rory Atkinson, who had a dismal start.
Rory Atkinson will be looking to charge through this field. Don't forget, it's all about the points. He's a contender in that Class A championship. And look at the Class Bs. How tight is this?
Yeah, extremely close there. Thole leads out, Nathan in second, and right on his tail is Lyle Ramsey. So they managed to find a way past the youngster and get ahead of him. But you can see that Ramsey is going to use that slipstream effect to very good use here on the main straight as they complete the lap. Van Vletter, though, is still hanging on. And look at the action.
Jakes Jacobs and Jacques Smith getting together at the Beacon Bend. Now, we've still got about 8 laps of racing. This is going to be hectic stuff.
Yeah, it looks like Jacobs might have done some damage, though. He tries to pull to the sideline and into pit lane, and Wayne Krause in the Incredible Polo just missed him. How he managed to do that, I have no idea. Krause in the thick of it again, and that Incredible Polo, the X35 car, is in some serious evasive maneuvering to miss Jacobs, who was just trying to peel into pit lane.
James Hurley getting away at the front of the field. He's having a tremendous run, and that's what he's done. He's broken the slipstream, all important. Etienne Prinsloo in the Sasfin Polo, winding it down the beach straight.
And they come onto the braking markers. This is Class B, and this is, of course, what has happened in the background? Dion Holiday has got it completely out of shape, all on his own, under braking, and who had to take evasive action and ended up in the dirt because of that? I think it might have been Tyrell Governor-Sami, and that's a repeat of Kyle Lamy again. These two coming together yet again. That was all under braking. Dion Holiday got it completely out of shape. Governor-Sami's back on track, as is Holiday. You can see them both in the back and at the end of that beach straight. Here they come into gate corner, though, and a little bit further back, Andre Needham, who was looking good all season long and has been improving in his Polo, is all over the back of Nathan. And Nathan down in third place is not where he needs to be, Dave.
And Elna Crozer just behind them, so she's having a tremendous run as well. The Class A cars, as they come out to complete another lap, and Rory Atkinson is charging through the field.
Big thumbs up there, gives that to Ian Prinsloo just for allowing him through. He realizes that, of course, Atkinson will probably be in a quicker car than the two Prinsloo boys, and he certainly has come through the field after making a dismal effort off the line. He's now up into third place and has a chance of catching James Hurley.
And Greg, just looking at the lap times, Rory Atkinson in the Comsol Polo is the only driver to dip into the 1:36 bracket.
He needs to. He's got to try and catch Harry Potter as he comes down towards Cochabamba. Look how on the business Rory Atkinson is. He looks for a chance to sneak up on the inside.
That car's loose.
Woo-hoo, very nicely done. Gets through, but the magic just continues for Harry Potter at the front end.
Rory Atkinson's car looks really loose on the brakes as we pick up on the Class B dice. And take a look at that. Lyle Ramsey locking up the front end.
Making a mistake, going off the circuit, could do damage there as well. Nathan might sneak through. Keep an eye on. There it goes. Darren Nathan sneaking ahead of Lyle Ramsey as he makes mistakes all on his own sim.
The Class C dice continues unabated, and we have got Elke van Vletter, Jakes Jacobs, and Wouter Roos with Zander Roos also in the mix. This is unbelievable from them.
Jacques Smith on the inside now got the right line for gate corner. Can he hang on to it? They are side by side heading up towards gate now, and I tell you, it's going to be interesting who's going to have what it takes in the brakes. In fact, don't have to worry about the brakes. Jacques passes Wouter Roos on the straight as we see a maneuver up the inside there from Zander to take the lead. Gets past the Bat Lady, and now the Bat Lady's under pressure from Jacques Smith.
Elke van Vletter is really in the sandwich there at the moment. There is the Class B car. Oh, he's going to the pits.
He's got some battle scars there, Dave. Look at the side of the car.
I think those were actually from Friday, so he's going to the pits. Obviously something else wrong with that car.
So some issues there on Darren Nathan's car. This is a high-flying Gossman, and on his tail is Andre Needham, the two elderly statesmen of Class, and looking like they have got what it takes. And wow! Don't be lifting off through Potters. That's what happens if you lift off. The car gets out of
the
shape.
Car right around, doesn't it? And James Hurley amongst the C class. He's lapped him. Oh, Elke van Vletter, she's lying third. Well, she was lying third, and her and Zander Roos have come together.
A little tap there from Zander, spun her around and into the clutches of Francois Van Sale. Here comes the Batman. He's going to see the stricken Bat Lady on the sideline. Won't be happy about that. Here's our leader, though, catching the leaders of Class C, and Jacques Smith is going to hopefully go with him. Oh, Vota's on his inside. It's going to be a drag race for C's.
Going to get better drive. He is going to get better drive. No, he hasn't. But anyway, James Hurley's going to pick up the overall win in Class A. And the Class C, it's as close as that.
Wow, brilliant stuff. Class C honours going just to Jacques Smith. Ryan Tholey is going to hang on, though, for the Class Bs. As you can see, Alka just stricken and eventually getting across the line to score some points. Well done to Ryan Tholey, beating out Lyle Ramsey.
So the overall results in the Class A, James Hurley, Rory Atkinson, Etienne Prinsloo, Waldie Mankeys, Ian Stevenson and Ian Prinsloo, all in the Class A's.
Class B honours go to Tholey ahead of Gosman. Elna Cruiser up in the third place, her first podium for the year, ahead of Tyrell Governor-Sami, Andre Needham and Lyle Ramsey.
Pete Potgieter picking up the minor placings ahead of Dion Holiday. In the snap-on polo, he spun out at Cochabana, ended up ahead of his son.
In C's, it was Jacques Smith who just beat Wouter Roos to the line. Zander Roos came through for third place ahead of Philip Cruiser, Francois van Zyl, Sean Kraus, then Henry van Vliet, the Bat Lady behind her husband, and then Jake Jacobs in ninth. And the man who nearly went into Jake Jacobs and had to take evasive action, Wayne Kraus. What happened, bud?
Well, unfortunately, my clutch just went. Yeah, this morning I struggled in qualifying, but it came better. But yeah, unfortunately, yeah, when Jake's pushed me off the track there, yeah, the clutch went. So yeah, on my behalf, it's nothing we can do now, but just get it ready for the second race and then we're there.
Nice to see big support for a local event, considering they've had 3 big events in a row down here. And I think a lot of people were expecting big things from the Extreme Festival.
Well, it certainly is the largest motorsport tour in the country at the moment as we look forward to race 2 from the Comsol VW Challenge.
Has anybody got what it takes to catch Harry Potter? James Hurley looking for a double on the day to extend his lead in this championship. He's already seen there's been issues with Darren Nathan, only finishing in third place after race 1. So here we go for race 2.
I think Rory Atkinson in the Comsol Polo might have something to say, Greg, about the overall result today as well.
Look at how he got away off the line. James Hurley in second place, on board with Waldie, alongside him Ian Prinsloo. Prinsloo got some great pace this weekend, both the Prinsloo boys, of course. And now, as we get Class B underway, wow, Lyle Ramsey has dropped the field and got away. No Ryan Tholey, and Etienne has got it out of shape in Potters.
Boy, oh boy, you don't want to lose it there. And now Herbie comes back on the track. Smallberger, Sans windscreen and rear window as well. He's got no windscreen. That'll be a technical infringement for him, by the way. Unfortunate for this weekend.
Yeah, that's
on board with Elke van Vliet. This is the Class C race. She's got the whole shot down to Potters. Foot buried way underneath the carpets, under the plush floorboards of that car.
Yes, indeed. It's a stock standard Golf. You can get it out of a Volkswagen dealer anywhere in the country. Now on the braking markers down into Cochabana. Look at these guys and girls going at it. Nothing held back there. Jacques Smith already challenging for the lead and looking for a double on the day.
That Class C dice is going to go right down to the wire once again. And as they come down towards the complex, you'll see the sun glaring into the eyes. It's late in the day now.
Yeah, it becomes kind of like sunset corner of East London Grand Prix circuit. At the front end, though, Atkinson leads out, Hurley on his tail, and they have dropped the rest of the field. Ian Stevenson and Gavin Ross, no answer to these 2 youngsters at the front end.
On board, a problem for Rory Atkinson.
A box of nothing. A gearbox full of nothing. He's going nowhere.
I think the clutch. I think it's a clutch. Well, actually, the flywheel that drives the clutch. I think that's failed. The team have had problems with this in the past, and that's what's happened. It's the clutch and flywheel. Meantime, Waldie Mankeys inherits second place. This man has charged out front. James Hurley starter pack way out. And look at these cars drift through the fastest part of the fastest corner in South Africa.
Well, amazing to see them in full flight through there. So we got Mankeys and Stevenson in the background, though. Keep an eye out on Gavin Ross under a bit of pressure. Remember, Gavin Ross is the spinner from race number 1, so he's got lots of ground to make up, and he's trying to keep Etienne. And I tell you something, Etienne Prinsloo, you had a lot more control than a couple of other drivers, as Ian is stuck on the sideline. Oh no, that's a big pity.
Problem with that car, definitely. Now the Class B dice continues unabated as well. And it all seems to be happening down at Cochabana Corner. That's where they're doing it on the brakes. There and Beacon, of course.
Thumbs up from Tyrell and says, thank you very much, Andy Gosman. Give me a bit of space to play there. Wouter Roos still fighting for honours in Class C with Elke van Vliet, but Elke van Vliet has lost ground to Wouter and to Jacques Smith. You can see them just in the distance there heading into gate.
Almost a repeat of race 1, actually. Lost out just mid-race in there as well. So that's Elke van Vliet. Still in third place, but coming under a lot of pressure now from behind there as well.
And under his own pressure. Wouter Roos has made a mistake all on his own sim there and got it wrong into gate corner.
Yeah, he'd be kicking himself about that. He just pitched in a little bit late. That's what it looked like. He braked too late, turned in too late, had to overturn and spun the car around.
Big pity there because he was fighting for honours in Class C. The battle between Gossman and Tyrell continues. A little bit of love lost there. I don't think so. Little tap between the two of them, and they're now side by side. The Polo should have what it takes in terms of aerodynamics to beat out that big Golf 2.
Certainly down the long straight. The Polo is a lot more slippery than the Golf, so we'll see what happens down the straight. Don't forget, Lyle Ramsey has disappeared out the front, the only driver in Class B into the 1 minute 40 bracket.
Okay, our theory is just thrown right out the window
Yes,
there because
it
the
is.
Golf came through first. But let's
It's about
just keep
horsepower.
quiet. Yeah, let's just keep
About
quiet.
horsepower. Should we blame it on the horsepower this time now?
So they head into the beach straight now, and two Polos fighting with that Golf 2. Gossman is in an epic battle.
Ian Stevenson, what a good drive from Ian Stevenson. He's moved up, I'm just checking, he's in third place. It's a great drive from Ian. Car bouncing all over the place, as is Etienne Prinsloo's.
It is quite bumpy out there, Dave. I can tell you, it's not like it used to be. It always was a bumpy circuit, but it's a little bit more
I
bumpy
asked you
than
this
most.
before. Do they have any suspension? Very low ground clearance. They're allowed to run at a certain height, and they all run at the very minimum. I'll tell you what, James Hurley's got a 4-second lead over Vivaldi Mankies. That's unheard of in this class of racing.
He's certainly getting away from the rest of the field. It's good to see that. Class B on is still up for grabs, though, and Darren Nathan has done a little bit of damage control. He sits in second place, but he's still got to catch Lyle Ramsey.
Alka van Vletter bombs it into Beacon, and she's got company.
Love the fact that Wayne Krause has got that car sorted. The Incredible Polo is back in the mix and just goes up the inside of Francois van Sale. So as they cross the line, Van Vletter looking for honours and to try and close the gap down now because she has lost vital points in that first race.
Now that spin cost her plenty in terms of points. Flat out through Potters. Does she lift? Yep, just off and on. Just loads the front end so the car turns nicely. No brakes, of course. Off and on, drive through Potters. Well done.
A super bit of driving there, now looking to close in on Jacques Smith. Jake Jacobs on her tail. As they come under the braking for Kokobana, Jacobs had a look. He had a big look up the inside and couldn't quite make it stick in the Nathan's Motorsport Polo. But he's, oh no! As I say that, the Incredible Polo comes to a stop.
And he's going to park next to Ryan Thole's stricken VW Polo, which I believe has got a damaged gearbox.
No gearbox issues here for the starter pack car. Hurley has gone from flag to flag. Only had an issue ever so slightly with Atkinson at the start of race 2, and now comes away from East London Grand Prix circuit with a double victory and some more valuable championship points in the bag.
Picking up on Class B, Lyle Ramsey got out front, a faultless drive from him, and he is really going to wrap this one up, and it could do some serious damage to Darren Nathan's points lead in this class.
Not to mention the overall championship as well, Dave. I think he might close things down a little bit there as well. As they come into the final corner, this is the C's. It is Jacques Smith who's going to take a double on the day. Alka is going to keep Jake Jacobs at bay, only until the checkered flag comes out, and Henry van Vletter gets it a little bit sideways.
Just
and
for
a bit of
effect.
dust.
It'll give us some dust, just for effect. Well done to Henry, but a great win there for Jacques Smith ahead of Alka van Vletter in the Class C race.
Overalls for Class A goes to James Hurley ahead of Valdi Monkeys, Ian Stevenson, Gavin Ross and Etienne Prinsloo, with Rory Atkinson of the DNF down in 6th place.
Taking a look at the Class B results, Lyle Ramsey ahead of Darren Nathan, Andy Gosman, Pete Potgieter, Andre Needham and Dion Holiday Jr. better drive this time around. In 7th place, Tyrell Govin Sammy in the Petroplast Polo ahead of Elna Crozer in her VW Polo.
In Class C, it was all about Jacques Smith with a double victory on the day ahead of Alka van Vletter and Jake Jacobs. The Batman, Henry van Vletter, was down in 4th place and Francois van Sale right on his tail.
Wayne Krause in 7th, Wouter Ruis 8th and 9th to Sean Krause, also in the X35 Energy Drink Polo. Greg down in pit lane managed to catch up with our overall winner, James Hurley.
And the magic just keeps coming.
Yeah, no, it was a good weekend for us, championship-wise. All thanks to my starter pack company and all the guys that helped me. And thanks to Roy's flywheel again for braking. But he was right there the weekend. I don't think I had the pace to beat him in the second race. But luck just was on my side.
The winner of Class B was Lyle Ramsey in his Polo. Let's hear what he had to say about today's racing.
Today was an up and down day. Race 1 we had a jump start, but I made it up for race 2. Race 2 was just a pleasure to drive, a really amazing circuit, especially for my first time here.
You're looking forward to heading back to Swartkop, a track that's maybe a little bit easier on the home circuit?
Yeah, I'm looking forward to that a lot. We did some very quick times, lap record pace over there on team testing, and it pays off. I mean, we look at East London and it's going well.
Class C is a magnificent effort from Jacques Smith. He looks forward to coming to Swartkop to continue the battle.
It was tough, eh? The first race was insane. It was a massive dice between Zander, Wouter, Alka and myself. It was huge. We were swapping paint and changing places. And eventually on the last lap, I managed to get the jump on Vota and pipped him just by 0.05 of a second. And then the second race was just madness as well, you know. The first couple of laps, everybody was swapping position, and I can't even remember what happened, but eventually it was Vota myself, and yeah, Vota unfortunately threw it away all by himself, you know, into the complex. So yeah, I just managed the gap from there.
The next round of the Extreme Festival of Motorsport takes place at Swartkops, the home circuit for the Extreme Festival on the 9th of August.